Imagine you've spent your whole life learning to paint reality. Skin, light, fabric, a perfect little highlight on a glass, and then a machine does it in seconds. That's not just a new gadget. That's an existential crisis with a lens. Today, the moment photography shows up, kicks the door in, and painting has to decide: fight it, imitate it, or reinvent itself. Welcome to Art Happens, the divine mess of art history, where masterpieces are real and the drama is even bigger than the critics' egos. I'm James William Moore, and this episode is Behind the Brush, when photography threatened painting. We're talking daguerreotypes, the identity crisis of if the camera can capture truth, what's the painter's job now? And the twist? Photography didn't end painting, it pushed it into new possibilities. In 1839, photography goes public in a big way. Suddenly, there's a method to fix an image using light and chemistry. Early photos are slow, delicate, and a little ghostly, but the message is clear. Reality can now be captured. If you're a painter, especially one making a living doing portraits, this feels like watching your job description evaporate in real time. Because for centuries, painting held the monopoly on here's what this person looks like, and here's what this place looks like, and oh yeah, here's what happened. Now a camera can do it with ruthless accuracy, and without needing you to spend 4 weeks rendering lace. So painters have two choices. 1, compete on realism, or 2, do something photography can't do. Spoiler, option 2 is where the fun begins. First, a bunch of painters basically say, oh, you want real? I'll show you real. Enter realism. Not pretty realism, but honest realism. Everyday people, work, fatigue, dirt, awkwardness, the stuff that doesn't flatter. And here's another twist. Photography doesn't just threaten painting. It actually becomes a tool. Artists begin using photographs as reference. They study how a split-second moment looks when you freeze it. They notice what the eye misses in real time. A hand gesture, a stride that looks off balance, expressions that aren't posed. Photography reveals that natural movement can look weird when you pause it. Like truth has an unflattering angle. So realism isn't just painting like a camera. It's painting what society actually looks like when you stop romanticizing it. Photography didn't just challenge painters, it challenged their filter. Now, let's jump to the artists who took the threat and turned it into an escape route. The Impressionists. If a camera can capture crisp detail, then why should painting compete on crispness? So Impressionism pivots hard. Light over line, atmosphere over accuracy, sensation over perfection. Instead of, here is a tree, it becomes, here's what's felt like to stand in front of this tree at 5:17 p.m. when the sun hits it sideways and everything turned gold. And this is where photography is a secret villain/hero, because photography forces painting to answer, what can you do that a lens can't? A camera can document, but it can't translate a mood the way paint can. At least not in the same language. Impressionism starts painting the experience of seeing, the shimmer, the speed, the unstable moment, which is why it often looks unfinished to critics at that time, because it isn't trying to be a polished illusion. It's trying to be a visual memory. Photography threatens painting's old job, and painting responds by inventing a new one. Once painting stops being responsible for pure representation everything cracks open. You start getting bolder experimentation, more abstraction, new ideas about what counts as art, and eventually a modern world where painting can be emotional, symbolic, political, conceptual, unhinged, glorious. And photography evolves too. It becomes art, journalism, evidence, propaganda, personal diary, fashion, surveillance, basically the entire visual bloodstream of modern life. So this battle isn't a win-lose. It's an ecosystem shift. Because when a new invention arrives, it doesn't just replace something, it forces every existing medium to ask, what do I uniquely offer? The question is uncomfortable, and it's also the birthplace of innovation. So here's the takeaway. Photography didn't kill painting. It killed one specific expectation, that painting must be the most accurate mirror of the world. And when that pressure disappeared, painting became freer, more experimental, more personal, more radical. Which is, honestly, the most art history thing ever. A crisis shows up, everybody panics, and then a whole new visual language is born. When painting met photography, it didn't die, it evolved. You've been listening to Art Happens, the divine mess of art history, presented by J-Squared Atelier. I'm James William Moore, your host. If you loved this episode, subscribe so you'll never miss a drop. And if you're curious about where creativity comes from in real life, go check out Lattes Art, where we talk with artists, makers, and mischief makers about how the work actually gets made. Until next time, keep looking closely, because art history is messy, and that's the best part.